Hello guys, welcome back to another Path of Titans video. So this video is going to be a little different. We're going to talk about should you guys play on official servers or community servers and which one is better. Now I know immediately a lot of you guys are going to say community servers are a lot better based on the growth time and it just being a lot easier overall. But I'm going to go over the pros and the cons of both official and community servers. And then at the end, for those of you that are thinking about buying this game and what to play on, you can decide which one is better for you. When you first hop on the game, you go to multiplayer and you either have Pandora or Gondwa. It's not like a whole list of servers. All you do is pick one and it'll automatically put you in a server that's official. Around 98% of the time, the official servers will be full with max players up to 100 players. So that's one of the pros is you don't have to worry about the official servers being dead because most of the time there always is max amount of players in that server, and then if there's not, you could always back out and then research for another match. Another good thing about official servers is there's no rules. Literally anything goes. You're free to kill all the babies and people that you want without any consequences, as long as it's not against any of their terms of service, as far as like talking in global chat and saying something, racist or homophobic or something like that. But killing wise, you can pretty much do whatever you want with no rules, and a lot of people like that freedom. Another thing I like about official servers that you don't really get on community servers is the PvP aspect is a little bit different because it takes so long to grow on official servers. You actually think twice before you really get into any battles because you don't want to die and lose some progress, especially if you're in the middle of trying to grow. Where I feel like on community servers, people don't care because the growth is mostly so fast that people just fight everything, and it kind of takes away the aspect of the dinosaur PvP. If you guys are into more realism type and like to really role play much as a dinosaur, I noticed on official it's a little bit more fun because you're more picky with your battles, and it just, I don't know, for me I just like it better than just everyone just KOSing you because they know there's no consequences to really dying on community servers. I guess another good thing you can say about official servers, you could kind of say it about community servers, but official servers, you do have the home cave debuff where they actually make it so people can't really camp the home caves anymore. And if they try to camp the home caves, they get hit with a debuff to where they do not do any damage or they take a lot more damage. And if they're within camping radius of a home cave, which was a big problem on official servers because a lot of people would just camp the home caves, KOS you when you come out or try to go in, just to kill you and get a free trophy, and that was a main issue. And another good thing I would say about official servers is, depending on the server that you're in though, the people seem more spread out than when you're in community servers. So on official servers, you would see dinosaurs mostly almost everywhere you go. Like sometimes you'll be dead, you won't see nobody, but sometimes you'll actually see people wandering. So right now I'm over here at Little Brook Meadow. You would always see people around here. And then as you're roaming through the map, you would normally see a dinosaur here or there. On community servers, they tend to gather all in one hotspot area, which makes it a lot less fun when it comes to this game. But official servers is where I start. Every game that's an open world game that has official or community servers, I like to play on official first because I like the grind of it. I like grinding. But now let's discuss the things I do not like or the cons of official servers. And the first thing I would say is you can't pick your own server. Kind of like if you play Ark, you have the same server you always go into. You see the same people, so you build like a little community even on official servers. And with this one, it's like they took that out to where now it just places you in a random official server. And sometimes you'll see people that you recognize, and then most of the time you won't. So it's really hard to make a lot of friends unless you're playing with the same people or see them over and over again, which is really hard to do when you're getting placed in new servers every time you search. Another con of official servers is also, because I did say it's a pro that there's no rules, it's also a con because of them having no rules, which leads to a lot of mix packing, and that's a huge problem in this game where you have a lot of carnivores mix packing with herbivores and they're just jumping everybody they see, and a lot of people don't like that. It is very annoying, and I wish I don't think there's a way to counter that, to be honest, but it is quite frustrating on official servers, whereas community servers you can have rules. And although I did say I like the grinding of official servers, after a while it does get a little frustrating, and I will say I do not like how long it takes to grow on official servers and how long the growth is. So let's say you guys are playing a big dino like a T-Rex, a Bars, or a Trike. Growing those is kind of a pain in the ass because one, you most likely will get killed on sight by everything that sees you because they always see you as a threat or just annoying. So if you play as one of those bigger guys, You do have to fight for yourself even as you're growing up. Another thing is they are very slow, which makes it longer to get quests done, and that's also a main problem. So because of that, it takes about 6 to 8 hours just to grow one dino on official servers if you're just playing straight up quests. If you That doesn't even count if you like take breaks to just chill with a pack or something. Like, you need to do quests straight up because there is no passive growth on official servers. You do not grow passively. You have to do quests, and the questing is very repetitive and it can get very boring. I highly suggest questing in groups because you do get group quests, and questing with groups kind of it makes it a little bit better. You have someone to really help you out and someone to just chill with and talk to. Doing it by yourself, though, can get very depressing. But yeah, the questing, though, does need to improve, and they did say they're going to improve it next year, so I'm excited to see the changes on that. But yeah, those are pretty much the pros and cons of official servers. You guys can just go off that and see what is your playstyle if you recommend that. But now let's talk about community servers. So here are some of the pros of community servers. The second you open up community server page, you can see the most popular servers right up top, and you'll know that they are very active. Mostly the ones that out of 100 are mostly active all the time. And then if you could scroll down, you could find some ones that have open spaces and you can get in there. A lot of good things is if you don't have a lot of time to play, or you don't have a lot of patience, or you want to grow quickly, a lot of these servers have boosted rates. They have passive growth. They have rules. They have realism, semi-realism if you guys are into that. They have straight up PvP ones, team deathmatch ones. It's really your preference, and you could play around with it. Some people don't like when the growth is too high. Some people don't like if the growth is too low. It all really depends. Another pro of community servers is you don't have to worry about really finding players because they're most likely always easy to find. You would mostly find them in hotspots. Some hotspots, if you're on Pandora, will be LBM, which is right up here, or SLL, which is right in the middle of the map by the central waystone, and by Corpse Cove right here. This whole area seems to be the hotspot on every community server that's on Pandora. For Gondwa, the hotspots can differ depending because the map is still basically new and people are really still roaming around. But for Pandora, Pandora normally has its set hotspots, and they don't really deviate from that when it comes to community servers. If you guys don't know, I used to have my own community server, Simply Jurassic, but I decided to get rid of it because owning a server is very stressful. But when I did own the server, I found it was very hard to get people to spread out in community servers. But if you have no issue with that and you love to just go straight to PvP and finding players, then community servers is a lot better when it comes to that. Another pro, or it could be a con depending on how you look at it, is some servers have rules. Now, when I did my server, I really didn't have any rules. I had very limited, just no waystone camping and no home cave camping, and that was it. Everything else was all game, fair game, and anything can go. Some people like that. Some people like rules because it makes the gameplay more fun. People are not just being reckless, and they can really enjoy themselves and play. Community servers, you can also get boosted growth, like I mentioned, and passive growth. So you don't even have to do quests. You could just run around, play with your friends, go hunting, PvP, and you just grow casually, and it's a lot easier. It's a lot less stressful for when you die. And another good thing is, like I mentioned before, now you have a community. So mostly you're going to be seeing the same people every time you get on the community server, and you're going to be making a lot of friends, probably, new people to play with, and you'll form good friendships. And I feel like that's what community servers is all about: forming friendships, meeting friends, and just making the experience a lot more fun than just playing with random strangers every time, like when you play on officials. Now, community server is a good option, but let's discuss the cons of playing in one. So we did mention the rules. Now, a con of the rules can be you can have servers that have way too many rules, or too many complicated rules, and that could take away from the fun of the game. You have rules like a body down rule, where if you kill somebody, I think you have to stop fighting or something like that. And it just, they have rules where no killing here, save zone areas, no mix packing. It all depends on your preference, though. Some people like those rules, some people don't. I'm more of a player that likes minimum rules. I don't really like to focus on a whole list of rules I gotta follow. Another thing I see as a con on community servers, and some of you might disagree or some of you might agree, is the modded dinos. I think modded dinos in this game, I mean, yes, they're nice, and most of them are really cool, but I feel like they ruin the PvP of this game on official servers. And that's why I tend to steer towards servers that have little to none modded dinos. Because when you go against a modded Giga or Karkar or something like that, or an Argent or a Dino, it's like those things are so broken or OP and it just makes it not fun anymore. Like now you need a modded dino just to win PvP fights, because obviously a Giga or a Car is going to defeat a Trike or a Bars, and it's kind of annoying. Although I love the modded aspect of this game, I love how mod friendly it is. I just wish that, I don't know, it's just something with the modded dinos that really ruins it for me. Maybe that's just me though. You guys let me know in the comments your opinions on the modded creatures in the game. Another con, like I said, on community servers, yes, it's easy to find players, but the problem is you can only find them in hotspots. And because they're only in hotspots, everywhere else you go, it would pretty much be like this. It would be a ghost land where you really would rarely ever see anybody unless you go to a hotspot. So if we go down to Corpse Cove, which is right here, and we get into a fight and we die or we get jumped, and then we spawn like way over in the top left, now you're gonna have to run all the way back just to find players at the hotspot. So it's like, it forces you to keep going to hotspots just to interact with people, but just to get jumped and killed when you get there, and having to repeat that process of running all the way back. And when you're playing on something like a T-Rex or something really slow as far as movement, then it can get very, very annoying. And that was the main problem I had when I had my community server, is it was very annoying for people to die or get jumped at hotspots and have to run all the way back, and not seeing any player in between as we're running to the hotspot, which is what I do not like about community servers. And then of course you get admins, where you have servers that have admins that can, you know, enforce the rules or tell you the rules and be really helpful. Or you have servers who have admins that are just assholes and they just really abuse their admin power. You know, they're like on a power trip, and if you kill them, they just go God mode and kill you, or they do some dumb shit. It's like, it's crazy, because, you know, there's people like that in every server. I mean, I've seen servers with good admins, and I've seen servers with no admins, and I've seen ones with power trip admins. So it all depends. You have to really play around on your community servers to find the one that's perfect for you. But yeah, those are the pros and cons of playing on official or playing on a community server. You guys can go off that, really try them out, and see what's best for you. I think the main issue for official servers, though, is just the time to grow. If they fix that, I feel like official servers are a little bit more fun for me. But that's just me personally. I feel like on community servers where everything is really fast to grow, I feel like the PvP is just reckless, because everyone just fights all crazy because they don't care if they die. Where on officials, people care if they die. So now the PvP is more, it's more like scary in a way, like more intense, because you don't want to die, but if you fight, you have to fight for your life, and you're not just acting crazy. You have to be smart about your battles. And that's just how I feel. But let me know in the comments how you guys feel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and it helped someone out. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.